What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with game number 2 between Alliance on the Dire, Fnatic on the Radiant. Scoreboard's a little bit bugged. It says Fnatic did take game number 1, but that is in fact false. Alliance on the back of a rather impressive Templar Assassin display from S4. Managed to take it over Fnatic. Fnatic got a lot of farm on their anti-mage, but they didn't really have any farm on anyone else. And in the end, they actually got like 0 kills. So it was quite a really tight game from Alliance. It was 10 minutes of like nothing happening, and then 10 minutes of Alliance winning. And Fnatic just couldn't rally together and hold the mid game enough so that they could get to the late game. And even if they got to the late game, Loda had a Basher as a lifestealer. S4 was completely stacked. They had a ton of minus armor, and even though they only had one real disable, really it wouldn't have mattered since Admirable would have eventually gotten an Orchid or a Hex to deal with Ira's anti-mage. So had a little bit of recording trouble, this is why we're starting so far deep into the draft. But really, not too much to say here. Fnatic going to go once again with the Lone Druid Chen, as well as the Rubik last game. They had a very, very similar setup, and Alliance decided to ban out the Juggernaut. They did not decide to ban it out this time, so we might be seeing a very heavy pushing strategy from Fnatic, just heavy like with the amount that they're pushing, and heavy with the things that they are going to be pushing with, bears and centaurs and healing wards. Oh my. It's going to be tough for Alliance to defend that with the Rubik to cap that support lineup up. Fnatic looking to definitely put the Chen Rubik on the bottom lane with an unnamed carry, or a carry to be named later. Alliance going to go with the Magnus Gyrocopter as well as an H Prophet, so S4, Loda, as well as most likely Bulldog. Their picks are taken care of. So they're just looking for 2 more support heroes, Bane, Nyx, Leshrac being banned out by Fnatic, whereas Alliance banned out the Mid-Storm Spirit, Beastmaster, as well as the Alchemist. So really, Fnatic, Alliance are showing a lot of respect towards Ira's Alchemist, banning it out so far twice in this so far best of 2 or best of 3, game 2 of the best of 3. I cannot speak for some reason. I don't know why. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it'll fix itself when the game gets going. Alliance actually going to go with the Windrunner. I'm thinking this might be a support Windrunner. The power shot will definitely help to draw the aggro off of the tier 1 tower, but you know, the Windrunner usually does go into a solo position. She does excel when she maxes out the shackle shot, when she maxes out the power shot. Support Windrunner does work. I know I've seen Fluff from Team Liquid run that on multiple occasions to varying degrees of success there. So Windrunner is a pretty handy stun, and Alliance so far, well, they would like a stun aside from the RP. Windrunner stun, not exactly the most reliable, but it could still work for them, especially since Chen is going to be with his creeps a lot of the time. Lone Druid's going to be with his bear. You always will pretty much be guaranteed to have something to latch to. Whether or not you will in fact latch to it, that's an entirely different question. But the pick from Fnatic is going to be the Clockwork, so thinking it might be a solo safe lane Lone Druid, just going to get Lone Druid, Chen, Rubik all together at once, and then really have you don't need any shuffling of heroes there to push because everyone will be already in the same spot. Clockwork probably going to go to the hard lane. That's how we usually see Clockworks being played. Alliance do have the option of running an aggressive tri-lane, and I think they're going to need to if they actually want to stop this pushing from Fnatic. Fnatic could still run the Lone Druid mid and then pick up a Juggernaut or something like that. I really have my mind set on Juggernaut. I'm not sure why. I just really want to see him because he's a lot of fun to watch. Alliance do have their hard carry. We'll need another support hero for Aki or EGM to play. Not sure who is going to take up the Windrunner there. But there are always picks for the supports, and really, even if you have your pool a little bit restricted, they could go for something like a Lina. Won't be the best because there's not as much setup stun, but they're going to go for the Venomancer. So just a little bit of slowing action, and Fnatic instantly going to pick up that Luna. So we'll see how Fnatic want to lane this. Might be a mid lane Clockwork or a mid lane Lone Druid, but regardless, Luna's going to help the pushing just a little bit. Once No Tail on the Chen does exit that jungle, he will have that Lunar Blessing. Maybe Glaives, but not till much later. But Fnatic so far have a very good pushing lineup. They have a lot of control in their fights. Entangles, the Clockwork has Clockwork stuff. He's a whole slew of utility spells in the team fights. And then of course they have the Telekinesis, and Luna will hopefully be buffered enough so that Alliance can't get to that Luna. The Lone Druid, the Chen creeps, the Clockwork will all just be pretty much a wall between Ira and the Alliance side. If Alliance can get through that wall, then Luna is probably going to die. And one of the best heroes to do that is, well, Magnus, and then Gyrocopter. He could shoot over the entire wall of Fnatic and hit the Luna with his flat cannon.
10 seconds remaining.
Alliance, on the other hand, they're pushing actually shaped up just a little bit, but I think it's going to be mostly a defensive setup for Alliance. Wait till the Gyrocopter gets his big items up, wait till the Mag gets a Blink RP, and then take like crushing team fights with 5-man RPs and cooldowns and flat cannons and stuff like that. So I think that's probably going to be what Alliance are going to be aiming to do this game. Let's see who's going to be playing what. Not really many surprises here, actually. S4 on the Magnus going to be heading solo mid, prepping for that fast bottle. Aki is playing that Venomancer. Loda going to hard carry as the Gyro, following up. EGM supporting as the Windrunner, and Admiral Bulldog prepping for that bot lane as the Nature's Prophet. On the Fnatic side, we have No Tail, this time on Chen, packed up on wards, clarity, and one Smoke of Deceit. We saw this last time. And, well, we'll see if it works a little bit more effectively this time if he smokes up and gets a really early gank. Trixie looks like it might be a solo safe lane Lone Druid, possibly. Fly going to be on the Rubik era, heading down towards the bot lane as the Luna. Wait, did I say Rubik? Or Fly is Rubik, Luna is Era. And Hani is so far up on this top lane as the Clockwork. Now, I'm not exactly sure what Fnatic are trying to do with this. Trixie, he's not geared up for a jungle. He's geared up for, well, if you saw this on a regular hero, you would say that this is a fast bottle build, but Trixie probably is not going to be doing that. So they have a lot of heroes on this bottom lane, and so far you can't really have Luna and the Lone Druid in the same lane. It probably won't work. I'm going to say that Trixie's going to go towards the mid lane. I think or Hani's going to go towards the mid, Era or Trixie are going to go towards the mid lane, and either way they should be capable. It looks like it is going to be a solo mid lane Luna. Okay, so they're going to lane the Luna against the Mag, knowing that Mag's control in the lane is limited to throwing out shockwaves and having decent base damage and a good attack animation, but you know what, when Luna has level 1 Lunar Blessing, it's going to be very, very difficult for S4 to get anything done, and especially with Fly here with Telekinesis. This could even be a first blood if they play their cards right. S4, though, getting a couple of lucky misses from Era. S4 will take quite a beating, and he's going to be quite a ways away from his bottle now, especially with Fly just zoning him out with the double damage rune. So it's going to be a dual lane. They want to shut down this Mag as much as possible. In the meantime, Trixie facing up against no one. Lone Druid expecting a whole bunch of heroes on the bottom lane. He could have been there right now. He probably wouldn't have had the best of times versus this Lone Druid. Nature's Prophet kind of weak in the lane control. But he's going to go for the same exact build that he chose to go last game, which is Clarity's two clarities this time, given by Aki, 2 for himself, as well as the Gloves of Haste. So he's going for as quick of a Hand of Midas as possible. We'll see what he wants to do with that extra gold. I think it'll be good for him to rush up the mech. I feel like against the Eclipse, against the sustained damage from the Chen, then the extra armor and the healing burst would definitely be worth it. But in this bottom lane, Trixie is going to have the easiest time in the world. 4-2 on him. Dual lane, the mid lane, really zoning out S4, trying to prevent him from getting his bottle, and it's working. He's still 100 away, and he doesn't have any more mana to get those shockwaves. S4 now going to get lifted up into the air, but a 2-man Gale is going to slow him down. S4 does not have mana for a skewer, and he's going to die. First blood being picked up by the Radiant, both Era as well as Fly missing out on the last click there. But hey, they got the first blood on the Mag, and that's going to set him back, and then the 200 gold is out of S4's pocket. That means he is that much farther away from a bottle. We'll see if Luna wants to run a bottle of her own. She could buy it. She is buying it, and it is walking out straight towards her. So Aki rotating down really needs to help this Mag, because Mag without a bottle is pretty helpless. I mean, if you're not going to be bottle crowing Mag, that means you're most likely going to be losing the lane. And we see Fly getting hit by a Gale with Admiral Bulldog teleporting in as well. Fly should die just to right click. He's going to spend all of his gold, doesn't lose a single coin. He is going to die, but he doesn't really lose that much. He does give a little bit of experience, a little bit of gold, much needed gold to Admiral Bulldog. That makes him that much closer to the Hand of Midas, which could be a little bit dangerous. But they already got the first blood on S4, so trades for trades, it's really hard to escape from a Venomancer Gale, especially when there's an Nature's Prophet on your ass. Magnus finally has picked up enough money for a bottle, but Era already does have his bottle, and Fly is back, level 2 on the Rubik, so Magnus has got to watch himself. He's going to secure an invisibility rune, though. Unless he get a skewer back on Era into the tower, I don't think he get a kill with this one, especially with Fly there to support with the telekinesis. Take a look at this top lane. Hani has not had anything, has not been doing really anything. He's been pressured back so much just by EGM on that Windrunner. Windrunner does have some pretty high range, pretty decent damage as well, so she could very easily push back Hani, and so far it's been working extraordinarily well. Only 1 creep worth of experience going to the Clockwork, and EGM has hit level 2 mark already. And once she's finished clearing these creeps, the creep wave that's entirely denied to the enemy Clockwork, by the way, you could bet that she's going to just go right back into the lane, which is completely spotted out with this Observer Ward, and just put the screws onto Hani once more, who's going to miss the pull. It's really hard to, I don't think it's possible to even loop them around and get the pull. You have to go straight through. I know it's possible. It's easier to do it straight through. I don't know if it's possible to do it looping around. Maybe with the trolls, since they have a range attack, although I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, we also do have No-Tail. Level 5 on the Chen has been farming extremely well in the jungle. But wouldn't be surprised to see if he's the highest EXP per minute. He is the highest EXP per minute. Man, I suck at jungling Chen. No-Tail is so good. Then he's a jungle that Alliance is kind of meeting with Admiral Bulldog, who is getting similar amounts in terms of gold, but really, the farming from Chen has just been so damn effective thus far this game. And he's level 5, so he could pack 2 creeps around. He does only have 1 at the moment. He's looking for another, preferably a troll, though he's going to settle for an Ursa or a Hellbear. And then possibly will go for a bottom lane push. Aki does not have any points of the Poison Ward and the Event Plague Ward. So this push from Fnatic is going to hurt. Gale's going to slow the creep wave down just a little bit, going to do a little bit of damage, but Aki already getting pressured back by the bear. Orb of Venom on him. Top lane, Admiral Bulldog's going to teleport in. They want to go for Hani. Rotation coming around from EGM. Doesn't have Wind Run yet, but doesn't even need it. He knows that he's not in any trouble anytime soon. It's going to be what looks like a tier 1 for a tier 1. Let's see who's actually going to do this a little bit faster. It looks like the loser is going to be the mid lane, where Magnus is going to get killed, but it is going to be a tower for a tower. Loda is going to get 1. Bottom lane gets fortified. Trixie wants the last right click on this, although if No-Tail gets it, that means he's going to be that much closer to his mech. The tower is going to go down. Let's see who's going to claim it. It's going to be the Lone Druid. So 750 gold on that Lone Druid now. Could go for the phase boots, could start building up that armlet. But S4 going down once again, I assume is just a telekinesis. I mean, S4 was weak on that mid lane for quite a while, so I guess they just decided to lift him up into the air, throw a Lucent Beam, and then right-click him down. So yeah, S4 did in fact go down a second time. Not having the best game this time, I guess Fnatic kind of learned their lesson. You don't really want to let S4 get out of control, so they're going to invest pretty much all they can within reason in order to make sure that this Magnus doesn't get much farm. That means his Blink Dagger is going to be delayed. Hell, his regular boots are being quite delayed, and S4 is getting constantly poked by this Luna. She's taking a good amount of right-click damage in return, but she's bottle crowing. She'll be just fine to take this harassment because she knows that she could do more damage to S4 than S4 and the creeps can do to her, especially with Fly there to support. So level 3 Fade Bolt, level 3 Lucent Beam, and an Eclipse. And S4, that means S4 has got to banish Shipper. He's got to play a little bit cautiously. If he stays on that lane too boldly, he will pay for it with his life. Now what Alliance is doing right now, Aki, very, very smart, very, very common among teams these days, stacking up Ancients, especially when there's a Gyrocopter. You can see it also when teams have a Luna or a Sven. This time Fnatic not opting to do that just yet, but that's because their supports are a little bit more active around the map. They really need this support hero in Fly to be here in this mid lane to shut down Aki, and No-Tail's farming up the jungle, so no creep or anything to stack up these Ancients just yet. But this will be a fairly large stack for Loda to claim later on. This is 1, 2, 3, it looks like, stacks of Golems and Lizards. Oh, call down onto Hani. Will dodge death for now with that level 1 cog keeping himself, and Hani is going to hide in the trees. Power shot. Oh, that was really, really close. I don't think that would have been enough damage with the 200 damage, but with all the reduction, I don't know. Temperance, what is the minimum damage? I have no idea what the minimum damage is. Either way, EGM just a little bit out of range, and Hani is going to slip away from that gank attempt with his life, but still, he's only level 2. EXP per minute, he is way, way down there. EGM, the hard support from Alliance, is doing just so much better compared to this Clockwork. And Clockwork, he doesn't really need that much farm. He doesn't really need that many levels to be effective with the cogs. Level 1 cogs is such an amazing spell, but still, he needs something. And if you could deny him that level 6, if you could deny him anything, the Fnatic right now are playing with essentially a 4v5. And Alliance, well, they're getting their farm up. Their S4 is getting shut down, yes, but Loda, absolute free farm, pretty high up on the gold per minute, not as high as the Luna. Admiral Bulldog has a Hand of Midas, though. He's almost at that level 6 mark, so they will have a little more global control, and someone's like doing some truck stuff or something outside. I'm not sure if you could hear it. I'm just like trying to cover the mic, so that was really freaking loud. I should probably close the window, but it's so hot if I do. I'm going to leave the window open. Hopefully they'll shut the hell up. They should know to respect the noise levels of people, because they might be casting games and not being loud while they're doing so. God, people are so rude nowadays. Rocket Flare is flying. Hani just trying to find some farm, some levels. He's going to see if Loda is clearing that stack. Not just yet, but he does spot the fact that Alliance are stacking that camp up. S4 getting a little bit more free time in this mid lane, seeing as though Fly has left and Luna is now all alone. Though she has an Eclipse, so whoever goes to this mid lane has got to be a little bit careful. Aki, oh, he's taking a lot of damage. Just one Lucent Beam, bringing him down a third of his HP. If you decided to drop the Eclipse there, I feel like even though the Magnus was there, he could have walked away with the kill. Would have definitely paid for it with his life, since he would have taken a Skewer RP, but hey, it would have been a kill, okay? There's S4's and the initiation onto S4 right away, lifted up by Fly. No Tail coming in with the Chen creep army, and then an easy Lucent Beam. S4 dies. The third time, 100% of the kills on Fnatic have been on this Magnus. And now this mid lane tower can get pushed a little bit, but Alliance does have that Venomancer level 3 Plague Ward, so setting up those Plague Wards will be a very useful tool in trying to mitigate this push. Power Shot as well, but with that Buckler popping off, the additional armor is going to make it a little bit difficult for Alliance to make this this counter push happen. Here comes S4, has a Skewer to RP, but only level 2 Skewer. Won't be too effective in this fight. Where is Loda actually? Loda's here as well. Kind of roughed up. Not sure how he got so low. But he will in fact move. What? Loda? That is most interesting. I don't actually think I've ever seen this. Like, ever. Not in a pub game, not in a pro game. Maxing out Missile over Rocket Barrage over Flat Cannon. Now, I've seen max out Rocket Barrage. I've seen Flat Cannon with 1 point in Rocket Barrage and stats. But I've never seen max out the Missile. He really wanted kills onto Hani, I guess, and setting up that Missile does mean free damage onto the Clockwork. But at the same time, you're missing out. You're wasting a lot of skill points, because really, the Missile is not a reliable skill. It's a good laning skill, yes, it will force them back just a little bit. But aside from that, Loda going for a very peculiar build in that Missile. I mean, Rocket Barrage definitely does more damage. It's a lot easier to use, I would say. It does put you in a little bit more danger, but still, going for maxed out Missile is a skill build that we rarely ever see. Ira, who might be going for EGM, thinking better of it. Now we see Hani might even get the Courier killed. Admiral Bulldog's here. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits, 1 more. Bulldog's going to snipe the Courier. Now Hani is on the run. Does have a TP scroll. Loda's going to find him. No. Hani going to eat his way through the trees, and Loda is going to deal with the farm. Oh, they don't see him. Do they know he's here? Well, it's a trap, because he is here. Admiral Bulldog going to be surprised by that. Here's the Eclipse. Here it does have it available. Isn't going to really need it to use it, actually. Bulldog is going to go down to the Luna right clicks, and now they want Loda. Call down's going to drop right onto Fly. He will dodge it, though. The Rubik's going to get out of there with his life. Set up the Missile. Set up the Missile. You have it. Level 4. Will that be enough? If they could kill off the Missile, then I think actually Fly's going to die. Yes, he will die. So the Missile is actually paying off now, but now Loda's going to trade his life for that kill. Ira's circling the bend. 1 more Lucent Beam will do it. The jukes from the Fog of War, but it's not going to be enough. Luna finds that kill, and in the end it is a 2 for 2. Lone Druid dying. What the hell are you doing over here? S4, I guess, got dived by the Lone Druid. I mean, this is some dive, let me tell you that, but S4 does survive and does pick up a kill versus the Lone Druid, so I guess the Lone Druid was a little bit out of position, to say the least. Okay, Dr. Kleiner, you're going to have to shut the hell up. I don't really appreciate that. No, silence. Speaking just too much. But it is 5 for 3. Fnatic taking a duo of towers thus far. They have only lost 1 in this game. And fortunately for them, they do now know that these homing missiles hurt. I mean, level 1 homing missile would not have killed off the Rubik, and I'm sure everyone from Fnatic knows this. So they know that Loda has invested many of his skill points into this homing missile. Looks like he's going to go back into Flat Cannon. Hell, maybe this is the new build that we're going to be seeing from Gyrocopters from now on, although I severely doubt it. Level 4 Flat Cannon would have made clearing this camp so much easier. Loda is going to get a good amount of levels, good amount of experience from this camp regardless, though. Push into the mid lane tower, perhaps. Ira, does he have Eclipse? He still does have Eclipse, actually. He hasn't used it before, even though he easily could have. Was saving it because he didn't need to use it before. And Hani has left the lane, has hit level 6 as well. So possibly they might want to be going for Loda, but he has a double damager, and he's going to clear off these Ancients in an instant. A Rocket Flare will spot him out if they decide to launch it, but Hani, holding on to it thus far, doesn't really have the mana to spare. And Loda is going to find a lot of gold. Going to break that level 10 mark as well, as he got another 700, 800 gold into his pocket. There we go. So Loda getting accelerated a lot by this Ancient Stack. It's something that Fnatic do not have, although Ira has been farming relatively well. 203 on him versus the 1-1 on the Gyrocopter. Luna still falling behind just because of how much experience and how much gold that Ancient Stack gave, and even Hani trying to spot it out, but a little bit too late. Mid lane now, engagement. Lucid Beam going to fly out, Nature's Prophet as well, trying to thin this creep wave. Fortification will pop. S4 has an RP as well as a level 4 skewer, and he wants to use it. The Plague Wards doing very, very well to kill this creep wave. Power shot as well, and this tower will in fact get brought down to deny range. This is the time. There's the skewer forward, but the hook shot is going to stun him mid skewer, so there's no RP. Very well played by Hani, whether intentional or not. Now Admiral Bulldog going to take the net. He's going to try to summon some trees to get out of there. Gale going to completely miss everything. Loda trying to kill off Ira. He's stuck in the trees, blocked by the treants. He will go down. Cooldown has been expended as well, but so far it is only a Luna. Rubik barely managing to get out of there with his life. Power shot not going to hit. And it's 2 down for Alliance, 1 down for Fnatic. They want more, however. No-Tail going to pop the mech, and Loda very, very weak on HP. Right-clicks as here comes the bear from the behind. Trixie is going to get an entangle onto Loda. There he goes. Aki is in trouble as well. The creeps are there, going to drop some Plague Wards. Fly just needs one more shot with his anything spell. Looks like Aki's going to find Roshan, and he's going to get himself denied. Well done by the Venomancer, knowing that he had no way out of there. Now the missile going to be set up once again for the Rubik, but he has salved up or something. He's back at full HP. EGM still on the chase, but doesn't have any mana. And in the end, it is Fnatic taking a much better trade there. They did manage to take the tier 1 tower. It was, yes, destroyed by Trixie. Reinforcements coming from behind in the form of bears. All of a sudden, bears everywhere. And then Alliance, once again, don't take the best fight. Loda, I feel if he had a rocket barrage, he could have contributed a lot more. Although, to be fair, he was in the back. And to Alliance's credit, they did manage to pick off the Luna, but they focused Luna a hell of a lot. RP also from S4. That was a very, very weird kind of initiation. Magnus, I mean, skewer into RP is standard, but getting hookshotted right when you start your skewer and then you still go anyway, but you end up stunned. Well, S4 definitely didn't see that one coming in. Really, how could you? So, RP was not expended there. So Alliance, even though they don't take the best fight, that is, they didn't really have everything that they had. I mean, they didn't bring all their tools to the fight, let's say. And now No-Tail might be in a little trouble. Loda looking for the body block. Skewer forward from S4 is going to miss, and there is the Eclipse from Ira. Going to shred down the Venomancer. Now S4 going to man up and try to fight it out with Ira. That is not a fight you're going to win. Admiral Bulldog coming in as well, but the Cogs are there to push him back. Cooldown's going to hit onto Hani as well as No-Tail. Might kill off the Chen. Will not. He's going to make out of here alive. Fly, what did he steal? He stole the RP. S4 on the run from Luna as well as the Lone Druid. He is going to drop RP now, being used onto Loda. That's going to be another one dead. Alliance, Admiral Bulldog is going to be the last one getting chased down by No-Tail. And 4 down from the Alliance side. Fnatic looking extraordinarily good this game, taking fight after fight, and that's going to just build them a very, very large golden experience advantage that they're looking to capitalize on just a little bit more by taking a Roshan. Ira is getting a lot of farm. Trixie being involved in kind of a surprising amount of these fights. And the healing from No-Tail mech very, very early on picked up in this game. Hand of God is up as well. So Roshan is going to drop. This is probably going to be a double life for Ira. Gale going to fly through, but I don't really think Aki could do anything aside from put a lot of damage onto the enemy team. Radiant does take the Aegis, and Luna takes Radiant takes the Roshan kill as well as the Aegis. So despite the Venomancer's best efforts, everyone will walk away with their life. Mech as well as Hand of God being used to keep everyone very, very healthy. So really, ultimates being burned. But in the end, it is Fnatic who walk away with the better fight in this game, and EXP per minute, gold per minute really starting to show for them. Fnatic's 2 hardest carries are leading the way, and really Alliance have a lot to make up for, and a lot of responsibility is going to be in the hands of S4 in getting a really good RP up, and so far it hasn't really been there. He used the RP in this bottom area fight to go up to, I guess he tried to go for the Luna. It clearly didn't result in a kill. I don't know if he whiffed or it just or I don't know what happened, but clearly it didn't work, and he had to turn around for him. Now Bulldog gonna get a sprout onto Hani. He doesn't have any way of getting out of here, but the missile, I mean, he could have, I guess, chased it down, Loda a little bit too far away though. Missile gonna land, do a lot of damage, but still I feel like he could have been doing a little bit more damage. Kind of an odd build from Loda. Like, you'd expect him to go stats, if anything. Just because Loda's, the way he's building the Gyrocopter, it's very early game oriented, I should say. Drums, treads, Ring of Aquila. Even does like to go for Sanj and Yasha on occasion, so yeah, still kind of weird, but I'm going to try to start harping on that. All tier 1 towers have been claimed by Fnatic, and they do have the Aegis as well. Eclipse is it up in 15 seconds, and Rubik has just picked up a Blink Dagger while Fly getting so much money. In S4, where's your Blink Dagger, man? Very, very far away. 400 gold, in fact. They need a tower, but yes, there we go. They need a tower, but I don't think the rate that Fnatic are playing that they're going to let Alliance just take a tower. Alliance, they need to take a devastating team fight, and that means multiple people in the RP, followed up by the Venomancer, Gale, and Ultimate, followed up by the Call Down. If all of that works, then Fnatic are just going to crumble. But so far, they've been playing a very poke-heavy fight. They're not really just sitting there and engaging, letting the mag get in. They're snagging kill after kill, and then backing up after every kill. Loda going to get his experience jumped once again by this Ancient Stack. He will be spotted out, however, and Trixie going to go straight to the high ground. Getting spotted out by the power shot, but they're going to jack this creep wave. They do have to call down Alliance to defend this. This might result in a fight. Trixie, Era, No Tail, all spotted out by the Plague Ward, but this Ancient Stack is going to get jacked by Era. And Alliance, do they want to fight this? They have an RP. They have a Blink Dagger on the mag. This could be their fight if they get the jump onto 3. They're all clumped up. This could be huge, but Magnus is nowhere to be found. So looks like they're just going to give up that Ancient Stack to Fnatic. They know that in such an area, the Chen creeps are going to be a huge influence just because they'll be always getting in the way. They know that the Eclipse is going to be that much more dangerous because there's no creeps to hit on. And they know that they need an RP, and everything was reliant on that RP, and that was just a risk that they simply were not willing to take. Oh, hello. Not sure what happened here, but someone has been doing some stacking. I'm not sure who it was, but Ira's going to be happy that this is here. Now it's like, what, 2? How many stacks was that? Like 8 Ancient Stacks in the period of a minute for Fnatic. A huge jump in gold experience for their entire team. They're going to be very happy about that, and really, it's not looking good for Alliance. These Ancient Stacks propelling them forward on the gold per minute chart, propelling them forward on the EXP per minute chart, and now Alliance, they are just going to have to wait and for Fnatic's push, because Fnatic, they're dictating the pace of this game, unlike Alliance in the last game with S4's TA making every fight happen. It's going to be the pushing from Fnatic that dictates when and where the fights are going to happen, and it looks like Fnatic are deciding the next fight is going to happen in the mid lane, tier 1 tower. Clockwork, and not sure what happened there, being a little bit too much of a man, fighting one too many heroes, but it's going to be a tier 2 tower attempted by Fnatic. Shackle Shot going to fly, latch Ira onto a creep. Are they going to burn an RP for this one? Ira's going to get sent back to base, he'll be just fine. He does have an Aegis regardless, and it's going to be a nice surgical move in, take the tier 2, move out, play by Fnatic. Even more gold for them. Load in the meantime has been trying to take out a tier 1 to get his team a little bit more gold, but he's forced to fall back. He's going to go straight for his BKB. Will help him an incredible amount in this game, considering a lot of the damage still from Fnatic is from the Luna, but she has a Mantis style as well as drums, 1700 gold in the bank additionally. So Ira is going to start to build up some pretty heavy right clicks, and really Luna's farming just so much faster than Loda is at the moment. Even though Loda got a couple of Ancient Stacks, Luna really recovered those Ancient Stacks as well, making that Ancient Stack score at least tied. Now Bulldog, and he does have the Hand of Midas. He has built up a Shadow Blade. He does do some pretty decent right-click damage. Would not be surprised to see a Lightning Hammer picked up on this guy, because he has so much attack speed. Might as well make good of it and you know, throw some Chain Lightning around. But he will try to build into another damage-dealing role. Really, he needs to, because Loda alone is not going to cut it. It just simply will not. It just won't. So No Tail gonna run headlong into S4, looking for a blink into RP. Will find a couple there. There's the hook shot though. Admiral Bulldog getting caught in the cog. Call down does drop, but the Eclipse is gonna drop first. Instantly Bulldog's dead, and Loda's gonna get entangled. Loda's gonna die as well. Everyone else from Alliance is on the run. The Bear, is he gonna give chase? Hani already used that hook shot melee range to kill off the Nature's Prophet, but you know what? Fnatic don't even need to give chase, because as I said before, it's their pushing that's going to dictate the pace of this game. Alliance getting completely caught out. Yes, they did burn out the Aegis, the Eclipse. Yes, they did burn out the hook shot, but losing Loda and as well as Admiral Bulldog, your two most important heroes right now. I guess debatably S4 is one, but they really, really need them to defend this tier 2 tower. And without those two heroes, this tower is going to drop. Even if they buy back and teleport right now, it's pretty much a done deal. There you go. So now Fnatic have cleaned out every single one of the tier 2 towers. Looks like they're looking to respond to Alliance's very, very quick GG onto them with an equally fast GG of their own if they just could manage to breach the base. And that's going to be a little bit difficult for them. I mean, even though they have all those Chen creeps, they're going to have to go up against power shots, call-downs, as well as the Venomancer Plague Wards. And Venomancer, the hero we haven't really been seeing all too often, has taken quite a nosedive in the competitive scene. But when you're being pushed like this is where Venomancer really shines. You set up a wall of the wards, you essentially get another tower, and you can do stuff like this. Spot out the enemy movements with just 20 mana. You get so much intelligence from that. So Venomancer is going to be at least the best hope for Alliance in order to buy space for their gyrocopter, though if he's really not going to be too secure in doing so, just because it is a Venomancer. He could easily get picked off, and, well, as I said before, Hand of God, Mech, Chen Creeps, Lone Druid Bear, that's a lot of stuff, and Plague Wards, I'm not sure if that'll be enough to cut it. Now we do see Admiral Bulldog as well as Loda might be in trouble once again. Bulldog does have that Shadow Blade to keep himself safe, and it looks like Era's actually going to be forced back, so no Eclipse coming just yet. Still, it's going to be more gold for this Luna. And everyone from Fnatic making sure that this top lane is going to be pushed, and Era in the meantime has an Illusion Rune as well. Look at the glaives go. That is satisfying to see right there. Alliance looking to get a pick off. They're going to spot out Trixie. Actually, I don't think they saw him. So Trixie's going to walk away, and look at these Sentry Wards from Fnatic. Look at this. They're not going to let Alliance get any farm. They're going to, well, Fnatic going to get caught. Going to pop out the Blade Mail and do a little bit of damage, but Clockwork does in fact go down. Another pick off from Alliance, and really, Clockwork's the only one that they can pick off, because they have been picking him off. He has a history of being picked off, therefore he is an easy pick off. But Alliance is going to have so much of their jungle denied from them, and then at that point, what do? They can't farm their jungle. That means they have to rely on these creeps. And mid lane, all their lanes are being pushed out, so they're not going to go too far in order to get that farm. But so much of this jungle, so much of Alliance is reliant on this jungle just to get that extra bit of farm. And warding that all off, yes, it is a very heavy investment for the Fnatic side, but they got, what, a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes of creep blockage from these Sentry Wards, and you can see S4 just trying to look for any camp he could possibly find. He's going to clear off 2, it looks like. But still, Fnatic got so much mileage out of those 3 Sentry Wards and slowed down Alliance by so damn much, even putting 2 Observer Wards, since this one was going to time out, to make sure that Alliance don't get that block. Fnatic, they're looking to just strangle the life out of Alliance. Go slow and steady, very much a Fnatic thing to do. And really just starve the opponent of resources. This is not StarCraft 2, but that's essentially what Fnatic are doing. They're denying all the quote-unquote bases of Alliance so that they will not be able to have the resources in order to continue this fight. Whereas Fnatic, they have all the lanes to farm, they have their own ancient stacks, they have their entire jungle, which is pretty much completely safe from the Alliance side. Granted, everything that has been warded up from Fnatic has been successfully de-warded by Alliance, but that's they spent a lot of time to do so. Admiral Bulldog going to get lifted up in the air, caught once again by the dust as well. Trixie going to get shackled by the bear, but Admiral Bulldog is down, and now this could be a push onto the high ground. Fnatic, they look hungry for this game, and they should be able to push the high ground. Where are they going? Go, go, go. Go, go high ground. There you go. Got to watch out for this RP. I mean, Alliance, even though they don't have a lot of this right-click damage, their team fight is still there. And if Fnatic clump up, this could be the death of them, but the tier 3 tower is going to get brought down. Tower slowly getting worked over. Gyrocopter just buying a BKB for this fight. Really, where's the damage, though? That's what I want to know. Gale's going to hit onto Era, a little bit of right-click damage, but he himself does have a BKB. Bear going to bring down the tier 3s, and these Plague Wards just working on the creeps. Going to lose a Satyr. No big deal there, because Fnatic did take another tower, and they can even turn around and fight this if they want to. Bulldog's going to be up in 5, so we can teleport straight into this fight. And I guess without the Chen creeps, they really don't feel comfortable doing it. But now, they have an additional Chen creep. Aegis, not up, although Roshan, it is up. Alliance possibly looking for a counter fight right now. They need an RP to open this up, or at least a 2-man Shackle Shot. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be viable for them. Shackle Shot, oh, that was so close. No Tail almost got caught. Gonna send his troll back to the base. Roshan is going to be the next objective for really either team. And in a Roshan fight, I don't really know. I mean, Alliance do have call down RP and the Nova, which is huge damage. But Fnatic have Cogs. And Cogs in the Roshan pit is just so incredibly annoying. It is a little bit risky since your team could also be screwed over by those Cogs. They have Cogs, Eclipse. I think Alliance technically do still have a little bit of more team fight. But just in all these fights, they've been constantly being picked off. But if Fnatic voluntarily put themselves in close quarters like this, then that is going to be Alliance's best bet. So Alliance have a very, very small window in which they could actually jump Fnatic and might be able to take a win, at least in one fight, and they're moving for it as well. They know that Fnatic are here. Era is the only one in the pit, though. Look at this spread from Fnatic. They're not going to get caught by a 5-man RP. It's simply not going to happen. Hookshot in from Hani. Going to catch Loda. S4 does secure up 2, as well as gets the Poison Nova off. Loda with BKB doing as much damage as he possibly can, but Ira just standing his ground. Now going to pop the Eclipse. Going to go straight for Bulldog. Popping the Master out as well. Bulldog trying to get away, but he is dusted. He will probably go down. It is 2 down for Fnatic, however. Loda with the damage, with that BKB just standing, is an unmovable rock. Will tear down many of the Alliance heroes, and now blink forward from S4, going to almost kill off Fly. Shackle shot onto the bear. They want to kill at least one more thing. Teleport forward. Admiral Bulldog going to find Ira. Going to get the Sprout on him as well. Ira is not long for life. Plink goes the Rocket. There goes the Luna as well. And Alliance take a very decent fight. Aki getting entangled by the bear. And they will, in fact, bring down that cute, cuddly panda. They'll let the lone druid walk away. It looks like Chen might be in a little trouble. S4, does he have a blink to skewer? He does not. And No-Tail going to walk away with his life. But Alliance take a fantastic fight. RP jumping in and catching 2. And then Loda there with the flat cannon, with the call down. Looks like everyone from Alliance is going to have to teleport away. But they do take a fight. And they do take a tier 1 tower out of that. Roshan is still having a little bit of company with those Treants. Really fantastic fight from Alliance, and really it was the BKB that made it there, but and also the kind of failed hookshot initiation by Hani, but it looks like it might not be over yet. S4 does not have an RP. He's gonna get stunned, already brought down to half HP. Roshan, very weak. Admiral Bulldog is stuck in the pit. He's not gonna get out of there alive, and the Aegis should be taken by Ira. Loda is here though with the call down. Skewer back is going to only hit the bear. Ira though is gonna get the Aegis. No, Loda jacks the Aegis. Ira is now gonna lose this fight. He has no chance to get out of here. He's gonna go down. Sprout onto Trixie, even walling off Hani. The cogs do go up, pushing Loda back. Going to open up his rocket barrage onto the bear. The bear should be able to escape. Perhaps if there's a shackle, maybe. The missile is going to fly, not hit onto anything useful. Looks like it was targeting Trixie. But Fnatic lose the Aegis to Alliance, who actually got the Roshan kill. Roshan did go down to the Dire and was picked up by the Dire as well. Alliance might be rallying just a little bit. All Fnatic had to do was push the high ground. Oh, wait, we have more blood in the sand. There we go. Hani once again being picked off, but a huge pickup from the Alliance side. Getting the extra gold from Roshan and experience, it's big in and of itself, but jacking the Aegis on top of that, that is just amazing. Killing off Luna, and I mean Loda had enough to man fight Luna 1v1. Luna was already very roughed up, but having that Aegis just to secure that is going to give Alliance another tier 2 tower, and possibly even 2 tier 2 towers. Fnatic, they're starting to crumble just a little bit. They just needed one good team fight, but the Eclipse wasn't there. The Cogs initiation wasn't there for the clockwork, and Loda with the BKB really making these fights happen for Alliance. Granted, they did have, like, you know, shackle shots, power shots flying through, and 2-3-man RPs from S4, which is definitely going to help. But Loda's just taking so much punishment from the Fnatic side, and he really doesn't care. He has a BKB, so a lot of magical damage from Fnatic, even though it's not too big a threat, is getting blocked. And now he has a butterfly on top of that. The evasion is going to make it so hard for Fnatic to bring him down, because there's no MKB on this bear. I don't think there is. Yeah, there is not. And it looks like AC is being built up instead of an MKB. So Loda, with his kit so far, building the gyrocopter very tanky, making sure to get all those flat cannon shots off, and hell, maybe even 2 flat cannons in one fight. The way he's playing. 30 minutes into the game, and Alliance, though they're still down in the golden experience, they're starting to tie things up just a little bit. You can see this gold experience chart slowly dipping in favor of Alliance, and well, Fnatic, they do still have the tier 3s, the mid racks open. If they could rally and compose themselves, they can make a doom push. Just march down the mid lane and slowly siege down these Raxes. Now, after losing those couple of fights, they might not want to do that just because they're kind of demoralized, but their Spirit Bear is still incredibly strong, and they actually stole Empower, it looks like. That's actually pretty useful for Fly to have. It's definitely not an RP, but damn it, will make the bear do a lot of damage. I mean, they do have a Manta-style Luna, they do have a lone Druid, so Fnatic, they're still in control of this game, just they have to stop rushing into these poor fights, I guess. They really have to watch positioning now because the RP is there, and Gyrocopter, I believe it's going to be Lifesteal, which is going to be the next pickup, empowering that Lifesteal as well. If he sells his, or waits for the Aegis and then gets a Helm of the Dominator, then Gyrocopter is going to be so damn durable, and Fnatic don't think they'll even have enough damage to bring down this Gyrocopter, quite frankly. It might just be MKB or Daedalus or something like that, but either way, Alliance have an Aegis, and they're probably going to look for the tier 2 bottom lane. It seems like a really easy push, really easy tower that they can push down. And Fnatic, they're kind of mindfucked just a little bit. They thought they had complete control of this game, but losing like 2 fights in quick succession, and they've lost a lot of their momentum moving forward. You can see now they're just kind of split up, doing their own thing, as opposed to before where they were all coordinated. They knew what they wanted. They knew where they were going. Looks like they're gonna have to regain their composure and really just push down the mid lane, because they could farm pretty much all they want right now, but it will probably favor them to do so. But Alliance, they have the momentum. They have the creeps under control. They have items coming up as well. And just taking those fights, giving them such a huge boost in morale. They know that they could actually kill Fnatic now. And Fnatic before, they looked pretty much untouchable. But now Fnatic, they have a little bit of competition, and they cannot get complacent in this game. Loda, and speaking of not getting complacent, another ancient stack being, well, Wild Wing. Not sure what Chen's creep is doing here. Let's see if Alliance spots this out. I think this might actually be hidden. Yeah, they have no idea. I don't think Alliance saw that. So this one ancient Rumblehide is going to fight down this Wild Wing, and I think he's going to win as well. But now everyone from Alliance on the spot lane. Loda's going to dip in, get a, yep, Helm of the Dominator. There's the lifesteal. And how can you kill this Gyrocopter? You need to lock him down with magical damage, but he has a BKB. I guess Entangle and possibly a hook shot into it to start off, but Loda with the Aegis is going to be so annoying for Fnatic to deal with, especially, and that's not even considering all the support that he's going to receive from his team. Force-staffing Loda out if he gets hit by the cogs, stuff like that. It's going to be an easy tier 2 tower for the Alliance squad. Everyone's down in spot lane, going to push that out. Even Hexstick is being picked up by the Nature's Prophet. So this push is going to end this tower's life extremely quickly. And Alliance, are they going to teleport back, or are they going to push for the high ground? They're going to instantly smoke up and teleport back. Yeah, this impending push from Fnatic is looking pretty scary. Even though Fly is not there, they still have to defend their Raxes. Because Alliance, they did previously lose that tier 3 tower, so this is not going to defend itself. They have to join in on this fight. They're still smoked up, but they're not going to find anyone allowing to them. But mid lane push has been deflected, at least for now. Many on Fnatic going into the enemy jungle. Looks like they're actually going to get on out of there. S4, though, still smoked up. Might find a couple, but his team is nowhere to be found. Even if he does find someone, what is he to do? He's going to find the Chen. Yellow teleports out, Lone Druid, and S4 going to look for someone. He's going to kill all the trees. That ain't Shredder. But apparently he doesn't really care that he's not Shredder, because the trees will die to his hand. And now, Alliance, what is going to be their next objective? They want to take the high ground, but I don't think they could just flat out do it. Next Roshan going to be coming up in 4 minutes, so I think that might be the point at which both teams are going to fight. If Alliance could take another great Roshan fight, though, that will mean tier 3s, possibly Raxes. But if Fnatic could take it, then I feel like they could get the game. They have enough pushing power with this bear, with the AC, Armlet, Basher, to just mow down buildings like nobody's business. Even Luna, who will get the butterfly, and will have the bounces, you know, bounce from this building to this building, this one, then everything dies at pretty much the same time. So it's going to be a patient waiting game, I feel like, from both sides as the Roshan does slowly start to get up. Let's take a quick item check right now, since at this point the golden experience doesn't really mean anything unless it's translated into items. Fly, Ghost Scepter, Blink Dagger. It actually has a lot of gold for Rubik. Gonna go for a BKB, it looks like, or possibly a Halberd. On Era, they do have an Eagle Song. Mech up on No Tail. Blade Mail up on Hani, that's about it. He's going for a Force Staff of his own. S4 going for, I think he might think he's playing a Bat Rider, but I don't think he is. Aki has a Force Staff, and that's about it. Everything else I have, in fact, mentioned. And both teams just jockeying for position right now, pushing out the waves, trying to get the creep equilibrium on their side for when Roshan does spawn, but still has a little bit of time to before that actually happens. And Luna's still the biggest hero on the map. She's gonna buy up a lot of her butterfly. Well, by a lot I mean all of her butterfly. Gonna give her evasion as well, but I think Aki has enough gold to make a quick reaction to that. Spot the fact that Luna is going to buy the butterfly, and even then does even want to buy an MKB, because the flag cannon will always hit your target pretty much no matter what. I mean, it will not, like, it'll hit them through evasion or stuff like that. It won't hit them through like backtrack, stuff like that. But it will hit the Luna if he doesn't target her. So he doesn't really need to get an MKB. It will be a fantastic pickup just because damage, and damage is good on a Gyrocopter. But he really has the flexibility to just completely ignore that. Whereas the Luna, yes, the glaives will hit Loda if they bounce to him, but they won't hit as hard as the flat cannon. So Loda has item flexibility there, whereas the Luna, just now finishing that butterfly, technically, I think yeah, the net worth's really being close for these two heroes. They actually have like almost the exact same build, Manta Style instead of a Helmet Dominator. Which will favor Luna a little bit more. Manta Style is just a better item. But once Satanic comes up from Gyrocopter, which might be the next order of business, it'll be a pretty big pickup for him. Pushing the top lane. Was that Dust? I thought I saw Dust. Pushing the top lane is going to force Aki back. But Fnatic, once again, just looking to get a little bit of control over these lanes. Push them out as much as they can because they know that the more the lanes are pushed in, the less they're going to have to worry about them as the Roshan does come up. Admiral Bulldog's going to be doing the exact same thing for the Alliance side. Just trying to get control. That's really all the teams are looking for right now, just a lot of control. Roshan up in a minute. This is going to dictate the rest of the game. Whoever gets this Roshan, it's probably make or break. Like, at this point, I feel like whoever gets the Roshan is going to win the game. Unless the Aegis gets jacked. Is this the third Roshan? It might also be the third Roshan, which makes it even more influential. But so far, I mean, this game is incredibly even. Gold per minute, less than, or I guess 2,000. Experience per minute, less than 2,000 difference. Really, all things are equal in this game. It's really going to depend on how many heroes get hit by what. Alliance do have the RP, which is, at this point in the game, a much more useful tool than the Luna Eclipse. Yes, the beams do hurt, but reverse polarity can't really compare in damage, but it's just so much time where Loda has to just fire off everything that he wants to. So S4 is going to have a lot of pressure on him. Roshan is up. The Bear's going to spot that out. Has an Abyssal Blade as well. So the Basher from the Bear really turning into a big boy item now. And Ira Trixie going to... Oh no! My game froze. Oh, okay, we're fine. Game froze for just a minute, but now S4 gonna get caught out. Needs to blink away right now. Oh my god, he's gonna bait out the Eclipse from Ira. Very, very quick fingers on the Magnus. Instantly, they smoke up in response. It's gonna be spotted out by the Spirit Bear, but already a huge amount of Fnatic's team fight is down the drain, and this is Alliance's chance to take this Roshan. Although it looks like they're going to circle around. They want to catch someone from behind. They might run into Ira. Does have a BKB, but RP is up, and I think if they could use the RP to single out and kill the Luna, that might be worth it for them. They're going to run right over an enemy sentry ward, so if Fnatic were paying attention, Aki going to catch out Ira. There's the Gale, going to miss everything. Where's the hook shot? No hook shot quite yet. Shock shot going to not catch Ira. The Manta Style Illusions on the front line. Sprout on the Bear. Both teams just looking for a little bit of positioning in this fight. And it's going to be a matter of who gets hit by this hook shot. Hani looking for the angle. Power shot's going to fly. If EGM catches a stray with a shackle shot, that could be the death of that hero. They're going to catch the Bear instead. Bear will cut his way out with a Quelling Blade. And the Alliance now might be a little bit surrounded. They do have a nice wall of trees, though, to defend them. EGM on the front lines, looking for a shackle on whoever he could find. In the meantime, top lane's being pushed out a lot by the Alliance side. Put a lot of pressure onto that beforehand. And where's the fight? Where's the fight? Ira is going to have his Eclipse in a minute, but there's a shackle. Going to catch Ira. There's the RP as well. Only onto Ira. They want this Luna dead. They're going to get this Luna dead. RP stolen by Fly, however. It's going to catch two. Load it in the BKB. Not really going to worry about that too much, though. Going to turn around with the Fly Cannon. Go to town into everyone. S4 going to skewer into Fly. Will pick off the Rubik. Already, he is down. Now Loda can't really claim anyone else, but No Tail shackled to a tree. Luna, is she going to return? No, she actually got sent back to the base by Chen, but it is 2 down for the Alliance side. And are they going to capitalize on? How are they going to do it? Are they going to push the tier 3s? No, they're going to go for the Roshan. That's an Aegis. That's a cheese for them. Luna has to get back into that fight, but she did not have the Eclipse. There were just so many treants that I don't really think the Eclipse would have even been worth it. But the Roshan is going to go into the Alliance hands. S4 on the front lines, using that RP just to shut down Luna. They didn't manage to kill her off, but they managed to get her out of the fight, which is not as good, but it's almost as good. Now Loda gonna go for that MKB. Does have the Aegis on him as well. Has the MKB completed, in fact. And Alliance, are they gonna go for the GG right now? They do have the cheese on. Cheese on Nature's Prophet. And he's building up some substantial damage as well. Fnatic, this game looked so good for them, but Alliance just rallying so hard, getting a couple of good team fights, and really I feel like this play right here by S4 just won them this bottom lane fight. The Eclipse would have done so much damage, although, well, actually, not really. Kind of second guessing myself on that one, because Ira was locked down that entire fight. He got hit by a shackle, got hit by a RP, and then got sent back to the base. Really, nothing would have helped him there. even if he did have the Eclipse, he wouldn't have popped it off. And even if he did pop it off, it wouldn't have been sent back right to the base. So, Doom push now from Alliance. This is their big chance to take some Raxes. They will have Loda on the front lines with that Aegis, with the lifesteal. Black Cannon, when will it pop off? Not just yet. The tier 3 tower is taking some damage. Now the Bear gonna get shackled. Will they have enough to bring him down? Loda taking a good amount of damage, actually. Penitence can amplify a lot of that. Bear is gonna walk away after cutting through the trees, but the tower down, very low amounts of HP. Creeps not in any either side of the base. It will push the top lane, but mid lane pushing out for Alliance. And the Alliance just gonna slowly siege this up. Power shot's gonna fly. If they could get a shackle on the Bear, that would be huge. There's the Blink Skewer. They're going to catch Trixie. Trixie is tanky, but he's not able to pull this off. There's the RP onto No-Tail, onto Ira. Call down as well. Luna has got to get that BKB and Eclipse off. There it goes, but Loda is too tanky at this point. Going to work down 3 heroes. Alliance have not lost a single one. Burning the RP for 3. Luna's going to buy back, but Loda has a triple kill thus far. The tower has gone down. Fortification going to slow them down in this push, but the shockwaves flying every which way. It is going to be bottom lane, taken by Alliance, and Aegis still up onto Loda. They're going to get the Cyclone onto Ira, bring him back in with the Skewer. That's going to be the death of the Luna for the second time. No buyback. Hani being picked off by the Black Cannon. That's 4 down for Fnatic, and they're going to call it. What a game. What a comeback from Alliance. Look at this gold chart. This is when things look bad, and then they just decide, okay, we're going to just beat them now. And beat them they did. Alliance rallying so hard, going to take it 2-0 over Fnatic. This is from the Premier League playoffs, so that means Alliance going to move on in the winner's bracket. Fnatic going to drop down to the loser's bracket to play the loser of Liquid and VP, which is the next set coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. If you did not, let me know why. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're almost going to close out this tournament, so stay tuned. More games of hopefully this caliber Dota 2 coming up. GG.